It is Young Conservatives Week here on Mornings with Maria. And tonight, former President Donald Trump and Vice President Harris will meet for the first time at the highly anticipated ABC News presidential debate. Now, ahead of the face-off, a New York Times Siena College poll finds 48% of likely voters support Trump, 47% back Harris, with Harris struggling to win over support from traditional Democratic voters like women, Latino voters, and young voters. She has seen her numbers slip in those groups. Fox Digital spoke with college students at Marquette University in battleground state Wisconsin. And here's what they had to say about Harris.
I think there needs to be answers, more interviews about what specifically her record is.
I feel like she doesn't really have a political stance on a lot of things. She's just trying to seem like a friendly candidate to everyone.
I'm really just waiting to hear what else she has to comment on because I haven't really heard much else.
I don't know if there'll be a huge difference necessarily, but I think there needs to be more transparency with the American people.
All I've heard were abortion and women's rights and things like that, which is cool. I'm standing for that and all that stuff. Like, that's cool too, but where do I come into play? I just want to know where I stand.
Joining me now, campus reform correspondent and student at the University of Florida, Emily Sturge. Emily, good morning. So the big question for you is, what are these young voters looking to hear from the candidates tonight? What issues are most important to them? What's most important to you?
Good morning. I'm very excited to be here, and I'm also very excited for tonight. I feel like this is like my Super Bowl. Donald Trump has the opportunity to resonate with Gen Z voters by speaking directly to us and telling us exactly how his policies will help put money back into our wallets and make our lives better. Gen Z has suffered dramatically under the Biden-Harris economy. We have faced skyrocketing rent prices, grocery prices, skyrocketing tuition, gas, electricity prices, and mounting credit card debt. 31% of my generation still lives at home with their parents because they can't afford an apartment or housing under the Biden-Harris economy. Donald Trump can win the youth vote by focusing on policies that will revive the American dream, because when it comes to home ownership and starting a family, I don't think Kamala's TikToks or her spices are going to help us very much.
I was going to ask you, that's my next question about social media. You led me right to it. So how is social media impacting your generation's opinion of these two candidates? Are they swayed by what they see on TikTok? Because we know that a lot of your generation gets their news and gets all of their information off of platforms like TikTok and Instagram as well.
Of course, I think social media is going to have a massive impact this election. I'm on the ground every single day at my college campus talking to Gen Z voters. I'm also on social media, and I see this widespread enthusiasm for Kamala because she has the right vibes. She's done the right social media trends. It seems like Kamala Harris's campaign team has been more focused on what TikTok trends to do and what TikTok dances to do rather than posting actual policies on her website. The American people have no idea what Kamala Harris stands for, and neither does she, evident by her constant flip-flopping on major issues like the border. I hope at the debate tonight she has to defend herself. She has to defend her track record. And my generation needs to start using their critical thinking skills when they're looking at the candidates. They need to think about their futures instead of vibes and TikTok trends and Kamala's free handouts.
I want to bring in Caroline Downey. Caroline's on set with me. And same to you. Is your generation, are you getting the vibe from Kamala Harris off of TikTok?
Emily, I'm a Zoomer myself, although more of a Zillennial, kind of in that awkward middle ground. And I want to get your sense on Trump's alternative media strategy with young people. It's no secret that young men are increasingly trending conservative, but young women are considered a lost cause. They are very loyal to Democrats at this point. Do you think among your peers that Trump's appearances with these contrarian pop culture personalities like Logan Paul, like Theo Vaughn, like Lex Friedman, does that make a dent in Trump capturing some of this demographic, which can be kind of unreliable? And do you think there's a better way for Trump to try to cater and capture young women? And additionally, there's been some mutinies among young people on the Israel-Palestine conflict with defections from Democrats or protesting by not voting at all in 2024. What impact do you think that will have as well?
Donald Trump is the veteran of communicating directly with the American people through social media with his use of Twitter. We'd never seen that from a president before. And whether he was talking about Diet Coke or North Korea or whatever it was at 3 o'clock in the morning that he was tweeting, Donald Trump was able to communicate directly with the American people and gain a very loyal following. Now, the difference between him and Kamala and their social media usage, Donald Trump has the policies and the track record to back it up. Kamala she doesn't have the policies to back it up. And yes, to the Israel conversation, college students are heading back to campus this fall. They have a right to attend their classes free from the chaos of these anti-Israel protesters. That is the duty of university administrations to uphold this. At Campus Reform, we've reported a growing trend of universities putting new policies in place to fight back against these anti-Israel protesters, but it seems like it's 6 months too late because it was back in the spring that we were seeing such violence on campus from anti-Israel protesters, and now we're all the way in September. I'm worried that these are just words and not action.
Emily Sturge, it's so great to speak with you this morning. I have no doubt you have a very bright future ahead of you. Emily, that was great.
Thank you so much.